Mr. Eggplant presents...
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thanks for checking out this video. And in this video, we're going to do a quick rundown of some of the changes in 8.1.5 for hunters and hunter-related things. So, you know what, let's get right to it. So, the number one thing with 8.1.5, obviously we have a small raid that's coming up, probably not right as soon as the patch comes out. However, tomorrow, Tuesday, or I think I'm actually going to be putting it up on Tuesday, Vultaire Inhumans, Zandalari Trolls. The wait is finally over. It is really exciting to have them be added to the Horde and the Alliance respectively. With them comes new Heritage armor, which I thought the Heritage armor looked pretty cool, especially for the Cultirians. I did like the cloak, so maybe I'll roll one at some point. But that means new mounts if you're a mount collector like myself, working towards your 400 mounts. But also, we're just going to have so many more people changing their races to get those sweet new racials, and you know, everybody wants to be a Zandalari troll because, you know, Horde #1, right? So like I said, the new raid will be the Crucible of Storms. There's not a ton of information on that yet, but I believe it's supposed to come out like the second or maybe the third week in April, so it's going to be delayed by about a month. It's April 16th is when the new raid will be out, which doesn't really look like there's going to be a lot of stuff in there for marksman hunters. Because, you know me, I'm going to be looking at the game from a marksman hunter point of view. But you probably did see that Beast Mastery is getting some buffs. So I guarantee you that we are going to be losing some marksman hunters back to Beast Mastery. But you know what? That is alright. So they were just a few changes to Beast Mastery, including Barb Shot increasing its damage by 125%, Cobra Shot getting increased damage by, I believe, 25%. And then there's also a bleed damage on the Barb Shot that ignores armor, so that's really nice. But for marksmanship hunters, we only had one change, other than the concussive shot, which now just adds a visual on the target. Whereas explosive shot, which I was not using it, however, I know a lot of people were, especially in weeks such as this last week, when it's teaming and bolstering, or teaming and fortified, excuse me, not bolstering. But it has to do with explosive shot, which will now blow up 3 seconds at the target's location, even if the target dies. Because the problems we were having where you would drop it on it, because it puts a dot on there, and then 3, 2, 1, then it explodes. Well, if the thing died, you just lost out on that, and that was extremely frustrating. But we are going to be getting a certain new pet. Hati is finally going to be a pet that we can get in the game. As you guys know, it was the pet that was attached to the Beast Mastery weapon back in Legion, and it looks like we can finally tame it. We have to go speak with the image of Mimron in the Tradewinds Market in Borealis if you are Alliance, or the Great Bazaar in Zuldazar. And then we'll have to discover, it says, more about Hati's whereabouts and make a future with your spirited companion by your side once again. Very eloquently stated in the patch notes, which I thought was kind of cool. So other changes, like I said, marksman hunters didn't really get to see any big changes, which is kind of nice compared to as of late. They've been really changing us up. Keeping the status quo where we are, perfect. I like where marksman hunter sits as a class right now. But there is a couple of other changes. If you guys have watched my stuff, you know that I do a lot of Mythic Plus. Maybe not amazing high keys, 15 plus keys, but I'm definitely in the 9 to 11, 9 to 12 range every week. And there's a couple of changes to the dungeons, like particularly with Shrine of the Storm and King's Rest. Both extremely long dungeons. They got their time limit increased by 3 minutes, which is great. Maybe because we actually missed out on a King's Rest 11 timing it by about 3 minutes. So that's really nice, and including there's now a warning visual with Suppression Slam on those first ads. And also, whenever you have a bursting week, whenever you dispel the little guys, they don't burst. They say here, many low health creatures in dungeons will no longer trigger on death effects in mythic keystones, including the animated droplets, like in front of the first boss in Shrine of the Storm. I know my guild had a big problem with that. There's not been too many other changes, though. I am excited to see where hunters kind of fit in the meta. I know a lot of people, like if I'm trying to pug Mythic Plus, for example, they won't bring a Marksman Hunter. That's still kind of a stigma out there that people don't like to bring Marksman Hunters. They don't have any good CC, that sort of thing, which is completely not true. They bring a lot to the table, especially if you have a good Marksman Hunter, like just rolling your Misdirect on weeks with Skittish, and you have your Bloodlust, or you can have a very good healing cooldown if you are a Marksman Hunter running with the Exhilaration buffed Azerite pieces. Definitely worth bringing to your groups. And there's, like I said, there's not a ton of changes other than there's a lot of PvP changes. I won't get into that too much since I don't do a lot of that currently on the channel. I am super excited to see that Winter Grasp will be coming back into the fold. I loved Winter Grasp when I was going through in Wrath, and I cannot wait to get in there and just destroy some Alliance face. I hope you guys like this. It's very brief, but just kind of giving you guys a rundown of my thoughts of things so far. I'm looking forward to seeing the new classes, because I know everybody and their mother is going to be Zandalari / Kultiran. That way maybe people will stop complaining on the forums, though. I'm glad that we didn't see any major changes to Marksman Hunters, as I feel like we're in a great spot right now for both AoE in Mythic Plus and single target in Raid and in Mythic Plus. And yeah, it looks like we're going to probably be losing some people to Beast Mastery. I will be trying out Marksman and Beast Mastery in arenas and in PvP very soon. I did start a new job though, guys, so hopefully that won't mess up any of my uploads too much. I will still be streaming on Tuesdays for Raid with my group Draexit. We are working on Stormwall Blockade on Heroic, and then eventually Jaina. Hopefully she dies this week. Super excited about that. Maybe I'll even get a Gmod. That's all I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and drop me a follow over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant. I play a lot of vintage video games over there and do various things with my buddy Rinche. That's all I've got. So until my next video or live stream, I'll see you guys later.